In the heart of Canada's Arctic wilderness, surrounded by endless tundra and icy lakes, lies a place shrouded in chilling mystery. It's a place so remote, so isolated, that even today few would dare venture there. And yet Lake Anjikuni, a serene and silent expanse of water, has become infamous. In the winter of 1930, an ordinary trapper by the name of Joe Labelle stumbled upon an extraordinary scene. He was familiar with the lake and with the small Inuit village that once stood on its shores, a quiet community nestled against the cold. But during this fateful visit, he found no bustle, no laughter, no life. It was during the twilight hours when Labelle, weary from trekking through the snow, reached the village. His first sign that something was amiss was the profound silence. He called out, no answer. He walked further, light from his lantern spilling across the empty huts. What he found next has baffled and disturbed investigators for almost a century. The entire village was deserted. The huts made of tightly packed snow and hides were intact, but empty. Meals sat half-cooked on stoves, untouched bowls of stew grown cold. Labelle explored further, his unease growing with every step. Outside, he stumbled across something deeply unsettling. The sled dogs, the loyal animals still tied to their posts, had starved to death. Their frozen bodies sat as grim monuments to the village's unexplained abandonment. But it was at the graveyard that Labelle's horror reached its peak. The graves of the dead had been disturbed, not by wolves or natural predators. The graves were dug open with precision, and the remains of the deceased were missing, vanished like the living. Shaken to his core, Labelle fled the village and contacted the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the RCMP. What happened next has been a source of conspiracy and debate ever since. When the RCMP arrived, they found nothing. No tracks, no sign of migration, no clues to indicate where an entire population had gone. According to some accounts, they concluded that the villagers had either wandered off into the tundra or met with a natural disaster. But no disaster was ever recorded that season, and the conditions of the village defied simple explanation. The official report, if one existed, remains classified or denied entirely. Critiques of the story point out that details often shifted during retellings. For instance, later RCMP statements claim that no such person as Joe Labelle exists, casting doubt on the entire narrative. But where official records falter, the whispers of conspiracy only grow louder. Other witnesses of that era reported strange phenomena in the skies above Lake Anjikuni, otherworldly lights that danced and hovered, as if watching. To some, this suggested alien involvement, an abduction of an unfathomable scale. To others, it hinted at something even more extraordinary, a rift in reality. Could the villagers have been swallowed by an interdimensional shift, ripped away to a parallel existence? But skeptics offer more grounded explanations. Some believe famine might have forced the villagers to abandon their home in desperation. However, this theory does little to explain why their belongings were left behind, or why no migration path or camp was ever discovered elsewhere. Others suggest that the story may have been a hoax, a fabrication by Joe Labelle, or the sensationalist media of the 1930s. And then there are the graves. Why would a desperate, starving group disturb their dead as they fled? Why would they leave their dogs, vital to Arctic survival, tied up to perish? Indigenous oral histories passed down through generations tell no definitive tale of a mass disappearance around Lake Anjikuni. And yet they speak of similar mysteries, of voices in the wind, of spirits that collect the living, or forces that punish those who stray too close to the unknown. Could the mystery of Anjikuni village have roots in something much older, something we cannot begin to understand? Today, Lake Anjikuni remains an enigma. It's protected now, a research zone where visitors tread sparingly and always with unease. Those who dare venture near the site report feeling the weight of something ancient, something unspeakable. No huts remain, no graves. The land has consumed all evidence, leaving only questions. The case is listed in government archives as anecdotal folklore, yet its legacy endures, whispered in both skeptical journals and campfire tales. Was it a hoax, an alien encounter, a tragedy buried by time and denial, or something else entirely, something beyond human comprehension? In the end, Lake Anjikuni guards its secrets, as silent and inscrutable as the Arctic itself. And as the winds blow across its frozen waters, one is left to wonder, what really happened here? And could it happen again?